Hello, welcome to Positively Entertaining Conversations. Ooh, wrong. Date Night Live. That's right, guys. We've changed the name. It is now, okay, that went funky. It is now Date Night Live with Beth and I on And the Hand Job. Hello, Carol Melvin.
Hello.
So, we'll be going live on Fridays where we usually had Positively Entertaining Conversations. That has moved to Wednesdays because that's when hopefully my buddy Joe, who's a little under the weather after the trip and healing well. Um, he will be back hopefully after he feels better, and if not, I will go to his house and make him be on it with me anyway. So I'm learning how to do the mobile thing. We've gotten some feedback I want to talk about,
Okay.
just facts. So something I always say: feelings are not facts, right? Makes a little bit of sense. Um, when I say feelings are not facts, do you understand what that means?
Um, yeah, because feelings, are subjective,
Okay.
and so it's as much or as little as something as we want to believe, according to the reaction that comes from within us.
So I can't actually make you feel anything, right? I can create a situation to where you may feel something based on your experience,
Yeah.
right? But feelings aren't facts. Facts can make you feel feelings though too. So some facts like the podcast is running late tonight. And that's because I have two little children who just had to go have fun with some friends. And so I went to pick them up. And which brings me to another point, Alhambra. Alhambra is a quaint little place,
Yes. Very
um,
small.
but it reminds me a lot of the town I grew up in, and it smells the same sometimes. When your kids have been playing outdoors all day and they get in the car, you remember your childhood and playing in the chicken yard. So now my car smells a little chicken yardish, like the
Nice.
boys. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a weird thing. Let's see if I can get the comments up. Oh, look, Carol's on.
No
She's right there.
way.
Yeah, hi everybody. That's like Dr. Nick. Lori's on. Lori,
Hi, Lori.
I talk about you all the time, Lori. And now I talk about Rich because he's a cool dude. We're gonna have to hang out. If you ever come back and see me again, you're doing so well, you don't even need to. You're like, whatever. Um, that's a fact. So, see, whenever I say that I feel like I miss her, right? I feel like I want to hang out. I feel like she's a friend. The facts are she is a friend, but she has a life too.
Yeah.
Which is so rude.
Right, she has a life too, and
How
that
dare
life
you?
I know, right? And she's doing exceptional. I'm really proud of her. And the new client that I had last week was here again today, and it was amazing. Um, she gets it too. So, like, all around, the facts are in, and people I know are doing great, making progress. Even Joe, who seems to be feeling under the weather, is doing okay. Like, he's not, on his deathbed. Um, so that's always nice, right?
Yeah.
So, how are you doing? The facts are in, and you went to a doctor's appointment today. I don't know what that sound was. Don't even, I can't pretend.
Um, that was a phone somewhere.
We don't know.
Yeah,
There's always
maybe.
bells and whistles.
Um, I went to Carol and I went today to
Sorry, guys. Hold on.
you just throw those down in there in the garbage.
It's okay. I threw my glasses in the trash. Anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna wear them now.
And this was the consult, for my back surgery, and I have a severely herniated, like L4 or L5 disc, and so we found out today that bef- even though this is probably going to lead to surgery, they want to try this epidural um, thing instead. It released first, and
Yeah.
it's supposed to, I guess, help relieve the pain,
I
that I
hope
get in
it
my
does.
back.
So if anybody has experience with that, we will welcome the input,
Yeah.
right? Just so you can kind of judge for yourself, but only the facts, right? Only the facts. How do you sort out only the facts when you're reading like a review? Like I've gotten some really great reviews lately. I'm so happy that my clients are reviewing me. But how do you know what's actually fact and just someone's opinion?
I guess it depends on, what they're actually saying.
Well, it depends too on
Like
where
if-
they're saying it, right?
Like, you can say like, I believe that, Guru Brando is a good life coach because he helped me with this, this, and this. So,
So-
you just labeled facts, that that quantify, why he's a good life coach.
But what if he never saw me? He's just going on hearsay. Then it's really just opinion, and it's his opinion anyway. So
Yeah.
it's facts when you have the credentials, right? If you got the street cred, then you can be read,
Okay.
right?
Okay,
I have the
sure.
street
You say
cred.
so.
So,
Absolutely.
and another fact today, both of you fools didn't even notice that I
Yeah,
trimmed
yeah.
my beard.
Trimmed your beard.
So I know all of y'all have. I know they do. I know they noticed it before
I'm
I said
sure
that.
they did.
And I did that all on my own.
Automatically gave him benefit of the doubt.
Didn't give us.
Not at all. Y'all were here like an hour. I waited like an hour, and I was
Look
like,
at you. You're
All
Opened
right.
the
looking
door
at
like
your computer.
5
So-
seconds.
yeah, no, you were here for like an hour before I even brought it up, and I was like, yeah. So let it be known that I will never have to comment on either one of y'all, no matter what you're wearing or no matter how you look, unless I'm asked.
You started off the story though with
I was left
I was
unattended.
left unsupervised.
Yeah,
And so
unattended.
then we're supposed to figure out what it was you did. That was
Yeah,
not
and
okay.
you're literally looking directly at me.
Everything.
And my
in a
beard is
panic,
half-
like, oh my God! Are
half.
there fireworks under your chair? What are we? I mean, it could have
Always.
been anything.
Yeah, that's something that you say when mistakes are made.
Yes.
Well,
And you did
Were mistakes
okay.
made?
There may have
some
been
mistakes. I
made.
did get a little close under here. You see, I got a little bit of bald
I
going
thought
on.
that was just
But guess what, though? It's okay. It'll grow back.
That's
Hair
right.
today, gone tomorrow.
Ah, see, it's just hair.
Oh, okay.
Like
So-
your head.
Yeah. And I'm saying that to you because you need to go get a haircut. Watch it with the skullet
So
business.
do you. You need to go get a haircut.
Listen, hand job. Okay. All seriousness, I have had really great news consistently, even in the bad news. And okay, so let me explain. Sometimes facts are bad, right?
Yeah.
We get bad facts. Somebody's sick. That's fact. They're sick. So how do you have empathy for the person, enough to be supportive and not be sad for yourself? Like, how do you stick to just the facts and not put feeling in it? Like my dad, who's old as dirt right now.
Sometimes it just depends on who you're dealing with. It might be more difficult to remain objective.
Okay, so it depends on how they quantify, like what you were talking about. You're qualified to be in someone's life, and then their quantification for your life is what? Depends on what they add to it, right? So, like in the instance of the old man that's knocking around the house, he adds a lot of value to the house in general, but to all of us as an example, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it's tough for me to not look at him and want to shake him and go, would you just set the hell down? Just stop doing what you're doing, because I'm paranoid as shit that you're going to end up having a stroke in the heat.
Yeah,
Pretty
because
much say that to him anyway.
I know,
Yeah.
I do, but he's 80 years old. He's been doing something right.
Yeah.
and 3 times a week he's out there mowing the lawn.
Oh
And
my God.
It does not
Always
matter.
mowing the lawn.
It does not matter. You can't.
Rain or shine.
We're not kicking him out there and saying, "Hey, old man, earn your keep.
God,
Get
I
out there and
want
mow
to
that
like...
lawn." You can't stop him from doing stuff like that. It's like, Fred, you need to take a break, man. No, he's got to get that lawn
It's
mowed.
like, just relax,
We
dude.
can get somebody to do that. No, they won't do it right.
But I have to appreciate his process and things. I resemble him a lot with those processes. Don't be smirking like that, ass clown. Okay, so I understand where I'm a lot like him, but you have to admit it's not as bad. Excuse please.
Those
You
are
have to admit it's
feelings,
not as bad.
facts right there. So, feelings,
Oh, now you're gonna
not
play that
facts.
card. So douchey, Lori. I hope you hear how abused I am. Lori notices. She says I notice.
She
So
noticed your beard. Okay, so Lori's signing up for once a week monitoring of you.
okay, so Lori, you hear that? You are now the beard monitor.
Not the beard monitor, the entire monitor
Oh.
of you.
Oh,
One
so
day a week.
you're now my
We're gonna
handler.
start sharing custody. Yeah, you're a handler.
Oh,
Sharing
oh.
custody. Joe's
Well,
sick.
I don't know if Lori
Mandy's
can handle
busy.
that. I mean, she's gonna have to get Rich on board. Rich could come hang out with me.
We
We'd
should drop
hang
you
out.
off there and come get you later. You can have a day out.
Oh yay, a day out.
Yeah.
Baby's day out.
Yes.
Today is Fancy Pants Friday. Fancy Pants Friday. I need more fancy pants. I only have a couple of pair. Actually,
Yes.
like 10. I have like 10. Not like this, but I have like all kinds of fancy pants.
Yeah, I was about
And
to
that's
ask
the facts.
you to define a couple, a pair.
a
couple.
A couple of three. A couple of
Yeah.
three is 6, right? A couple of 3. My mom used to say that shit all the time. And when I said exactly that, 6, she'd get so pissed. But once again, the facts are in. A couple of 3 is 6. It's not an opinion. It's a
So
fact.
just like your Fred Jr., Oliver is Fred and Brandon Jr. Because he explained to me the difference between few and several and couple and pairs.
How'd that go?
It was fun.
That sounds like fun.
So that's a meeting of the minds for you 3.
Shutty.
Boys' Day in.
Do you have any highlights?
Oh, Oliver wanted to be on the podcast. You want to yell at the little turd? And I told him, it's date night. I said, so he can't just hang out because we're gonna talk about grown up stuff. So,
You can just make an appearance.
so
then.
you
How
know what
about
the
that?
grown up stuff is? No one likes my skullet but me. It's there. It's there, and it's up in a little tail because nobody likes the skullet. So if I was allowed to be free with my
You're
with
allowed
my
to be as free as
wavy
you want.
hair,
You are
then
allowed
it
to be
wouldn't
as
be
free as
on
you
my
want.
head.
You're as free as I am.
Yeah, right. Then I'm just made fun of. Poor me.
I'm not making fun of you.
No, y'all don't. And I don't really care. It keeps it off my neck. So what are we doing tonight? What are we watching tonight? We got to get people interested in watching some shit.
I don't know.
Happy Friday, Michelle. I hope you're wearing fancy pants too. Oh, and look, do you see my best good friend Mandy gave me this shirt? In a world where you can be anything, be kind. It's my favoritist. Well, next to the other one too. I really believe that, don't you?
Yeah.
That you should just be kind. Kind to yourself first. So, what do you like to watch? I know sci-fi is shit.
Well, I don't know. I could go with an
And
action,
cooking crap, y'all.
an
Like
action
Carol.
movie or an action comedy type
Oh,
thing.
see, I know you're saying
That'd
that
be
for
fun.
me.
I mean,
Aww.
I dig a good sci-fi, but I'm the only one in that boat. So.
Oh, hey, guess what? I got to help somebody new today. Well, not new, actually old. I've helped him before. And we got back into touch. He got in touch with me. As a matter of fact, it's Adam. I'm just going to say it. And I hope that he says he did. He says he got something out of today, talking today. And I hope he continues to seek me. I'm going to kind of make some time to talk to him. But it was really good to reconnect.
Yeah.
It was, because you forget, you take for granted. You really do. And so it's always nice when somebody will reconnect with me and go, hey, you know what, I remember what you were saying. I know that I can talk to you, so here's my struggle. Let's do this. And like when a trans woman reaches out to you, like the one that was on I almost said the Facebook. Oh, Lord. On the Xbox. So when you were playing Xbox, they reached out. So, and you had a little bit of time to mentor them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, truly. But in the end, you have said that they really ended up being a lesson for you.
Yeah, that one was, it was like, I think that was the last night I actually played a game, because I was playing the game and and I'm talking to this person, and it's Grand Theft Auto, so we're not doing anything.
Yeah,
Just
Grand Theft Auto 5.
speeding cars around and just kind of chatting, and and so I hear the background. I hear stuff going on, children in the background, and um, and then them talking to their spouse at the time, and then they went on to disclose to me some of their relationship details, like
Pet
things
peeve type stuff.
things weren't working out since she came out, and that they were probably going to end up getting a divorce, and um,
Don't they?
and the whole time they're telling me the story, they're playing this game, and I'm like, I took a long hard look at myself,
Mm.
and at the time I was a pretty avid gamer, it was like, I don't know, if I wasn't doing anything else, I was playing this game, and I really kind of took stock of myself. I was like, what am I doing? I mean, how am I helping my house? And I wasn't.
Yeah, I've had the same realization, and I had one. Well, you're with me when I went to the doctor about my knee, and I was getting the shots, and I was looking outside. I'm sitting here talking about how much my knee's been hurting, blah blah blah, really struggling with it, and I look out in the parking lot, and there's a guy that's bent almost to a 90-degree angle, and he's walking with a cane, but there he is, walking across the parking lot, and then gets in the driver's seat and drives. I was a little frightened. But
Well,
that's
he's
my
already
own
crooked
concern.
for-
Yeah, that's
to
what I
sit in
thought.
the
At
seat,
least he's
so.
going to be sitting right. But the thing was, I looked at that and I was like, holy shit, this dude's probably 1,000 out there. I mean, he looked 1,000. And I was like, I want to live to be 500. We all know that. So if I'm going to live to be 500, I got to quit bitching about my knee and just do what I'm supposed to do.
You think
So-
your social security number was 7?
So I decided to trim my beard because somehow that's going to make the pounds come off. Otherwise, I did nothing. No, I'm teasing. But I've been, more careful than I have been. So that was a little bit humbling. That was a fact. If I keep screwing up my body, if I keep abusing myself, I'm going to end up like old 1,000-year-old Ted out in the parking lot. I don't know why I said Ted. Because it rhymes with Fred, and I'm sure they're friends. I'm almost
Probably.
positive that all old people know each other. And because we all know each other.
Well, everybody knows Fred.
Oh, yeah, everybody does know. Fred and Jules. But, because they're both weird.
And because
But
they're also very sociable.
but here we are.
That's
we're-
really the reason.
No, because they're weird. Weird people flock. Look at us.
Yeah.
So weird is more an attitude. Y'all realize that,
Yes.
right? Okay. So I embrace the weird attitude. And I do it quite well. We call it queer, but whatever. Aw, Michelle loves my shirt. And y'all didn't say you loved it.
Do I have to
I'm
tell you
feeling
every day
neglected.
that I love your shirt?
Yes,
Cool
yes,
shirt,
you do.
bro.
Right?
Beautiful.
Is that so
I
much
love it.
effort? Is that so much effort for real? We
Look,
had.
Lori and Michelle, if y'all are gonna be showing us up like this, we won't be tagging you in. Just so you know.
Yeah, you know what? They would willingly listen to me for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's about the cutoff, 10 minutes. But that's
We got
okay.
like 10 wives.
All right, so I must confess. I must confess. I just spoke to my sister, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I'm curious
So,
about this.
okay, so my sister, I have a sister and a brother, and Beth has a sister and a brother. Actually, technically, you have 2 sisters and a brother. Mine live in Texas, in the plains of Texas, in the Amarillo, Lubbock area. My brother and sister. And yours live,
Houston, Nebraska, and Tennessee.
so kind of spread to the winds there. Now, we don't often chat because we're grown, and that's the natural evolution of shit. You see each other on holidays and when crap goes down. But when we do talk, it's always something really dramatic. And so we haven't talked in a little bit, and then she texts me, my sister, and she says that she hired someone just because they touch her heart. basically, right? Because they remind her of someone and she sees their potential.
What did she hire them to do?
It's irrelevant. I'm not even going to disclose where she works or anything. It doesn't matter.
I was just curious.
No, it's not. It doesn't need to be answered. The point is that she looked at this person and she said, "There's something about you that makes me comfortable." And she identified what it was. It's because this person reminds her of our kid, right? So, of Rory. And my sister actually helped raise the big kids with me. You were deployed, you were gone, and she would come every Thursday night out to the house. We lived out 15 minutes outside of town, and she would come out to the house, come in, and give them baby massages, give them a bath, and give them baby massages because was a massage therapist. Give them those, and then we would, kind of just chill with them and watch TV. We would watch First 48. I'm going to move this just a little bit. Let's see if I can get you in here, kid. Ooh, look. Oh, saw your face for a second. Holy cow.
There you
People
are.
got to see Carol. Okay,
Yeah, I
can you
usually
see
don't show my
yourself,
face like that.
Oliver?
What?
Can you
my
see
face?
you?
Over there?
Right
You
here.
want to trade
Yeah.
places with me?
I'm
Because you're short. What was I saying? Anyway, so she would come out and hang out with us, and it was a good time, and we would have pizza, and she would be weird and want to eat their baby toes, and so
Yeah,
she would
baby
say,
toes are the best.
"I'm gonna dip my cheese on your toes,"
Aw.
and Roy remembers that. So see, I'm telling all these stories on my sister. On Facebook Live. She'll probably kill me, but that's okay. It's just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Right? Not everybody has such a great childhood.
True.
I don't know anyone who can really say, my childhood was just fantastic. Everyone's going to remember something that hurt them or was traumatic, right? I mean, life's tragic sometimes, and other times it's just traumatic. You can have a divorce in the family. That's traumatic. It's not necessarily tragic, right? You can have an illness in the family that results in death, and that's tragic,
Yeah.
It really is how much support you have and how much the event affects you and others, right? So when we stick to facts, I think we navigate feelings a little bit better because you can simply say, is this a fact that there's evidence to? We think that feelings are facts. And if you don't have evidence, you just have to say, I guess I'll let the kids hang out over there a little bit longer, even though I'm pissed off because they didn't clean their room. Right? So the fact is they didn't clean their room, but really, I just feel like they, need to get their crap together. But the kids. So I'm in charge of that. So really, I'm mad at myself.
Yes.
So the
Boils
facts
down
are
to
I
it.
didn't follow through, and I'm a crap head, and now I'm upset about it. I don't know.
You're a poopy head.
Yes, that's what I was going to say, but
Yeah.
it sounded a little weird. Okay, so Oliver,
What?
you get to talk, and no one's going to hear you because you're way over there.
Here, trade places with me.
And the mic's right here.
Okay.
So, give me the skinny on what you did. We usually don't have you in here on date night, but you've been absent all day.
Yeah.
So, what have you been doing?
Well, we were at obviously our friend's house. And
Obviously, yeah.
we were playing a little bit of D&D and
Little D&D. What's D&D? Some people don't know.
yeah,
What is it?
Dungeons and Dragons. It's just some game,
Dungeons and
some
Dragons.
some medieval game and stuff that.
Oh, we know what it is.
Yeah.
And most people on Facebook right now know what it is too.
Mhm.
Because it's Friday night and they're home.
Like, that's
They're home. They're on Facebook right now. I love you guys for being home.
Yeah,
And but I know that Michelle's on here, and I know she knows what D&D is because she was just as nerdy as me, and I know that Lori is too. Lori knows, I'm sure. Go ahead.
So, and also we just stopped playing and we just did other stuff,
Yeah, because
we also,
sometimes the
yeah.
game can be big.
Yeah, just we went to the gas station and we walked a mile to get to it.
What? You walked a mile to get to a gas station?
I don't know if it was a mile or not, but like,
It felt like a mile?
yeah, it was really hot outside.
And you were so exhausted? Wow, you experienced summer as a 10-year-old.
Full force.
Oh my gosh, what were y'all doing at 10?
But
Oh, sorry.
We're not
Sorry. Go ahead, you finish.
finished.
And then, shoot, what was I gonna say? And then we also had had watermelon and.
Gross. Blech.
Can I
Cantaloupe.
finish my sentence?
No.
So watermelon and grilled cheese.
Right.
And I had grilled cheese
Gross.
a little bit later than both of
Gross.
them the other. Can you stop saying gross?
I could.
Um,
Will I? Maybe,
No.
maybe
but,
not.
I had mine just with the cheese on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything else on it. Because I just
Oh,
wanted
there was
to-
an option of meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, meat's gross.
Can you stop with the...
That's why I don't like
gross
watermelon, because it's got meat.
thing? It does? No, it does not.
That's why it's red. And did you know that Grandpa told us when we were growing up that if we swallowed a watermelon seed, that we would grow a watermelon in our belly? And then he pointed to people who had a baby in their belly, pregnant women. He would say, "See there, she swallowed a watermelon seed." I believed it.
Your sociopathic kids just eat the watermelon seeds. They
Oh,
don't
what?
spit them out. They eat them.
Ew,
It's like,
why?
what in the world?
So when you poop, does it sound like a machine gun?
No.
Just the facts.
Just
No.
Well, I know you like toilets, so I just assumed that you would
And?
know. What is making noise now?
How much is this?
We don't know stuff. Whose phone is it? Oh, it's your new
I'm
phone.
gonna turn it down.
Yeah, Mom, it's your new phone.
Jeez, Mom.
Gosh, Mom. why
Lord,
don't you-
Mom.
So we're those few parents
Okay,
whose
here's some
10-year-old and 11-year-old don't have, or 11-year-old, oh my God, 13-year-old don't have
Oh,
phones. What? What's going on?
Michelle Malone's break is on.
Who? What? Yeah, Michelle.
No other.
Or Shell. Shell.
This-
Oh, Shell. Adam's Shell.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got to see her today. Love all these kids playing D&D lately. Shell. No.
And
No.
watermelon's amazing. We love
I know that's what I just read.
Mhm.
And see, Michelle does know what old school D&D is. Yeah. And doesn't that make you feel good that you're keeping a classic alive? I know how you like that.
Mhm. So important.
Maybe.
Somewhat. I don't know.
You like classic everything. You have all these vintage games and stuff. What all do you have in your room?
Stuff.
15 years without
Stuff?
stuff. He has
Stuff.
stuff in his room.
When has he ever said that?
I don't know. You put him on the spot.
I said it multiple times.
Okay, what game systems are in your room?
NES and 64.
There we go.
And you name it.
And you named it.
Yeah, you name it. You name it.
Who is this person
I
before
don't
us?
Your kid.
You want to give me a hug and go
Shannon's
play?
on.
Kinda.
Okay, give me a hug and go
Shannon's
play.
on. Say hi to
You're the
Aunt
one that
Shanny.
wanted to be on here.
Well,
Oh,
I
Aunt
didn't-
Shanny's
I
on.
didn't expect it to be this boring.
Avaler, Aunt Shanny's on, and
What?
that was rude.
Wow, Aunt Shanny's on. Did you hear that?
No.
Look, she says, "Hey fam, Avaler."
Avaler.
Look, you're getting all shy. That's Aunt Shanny.
I remember y'all always called me Avaler.
Yeah, we always called you. You
Yeah,
called
y'all.
you Avaler
No.
too. Yeah, you did. We'd say, "What's your name?" Avaler.
Uh-huh.
Avaler. Miss Carol knows you from Little Bitty, so don't even
Avaler.
play.
Back when you called me Miss Purple, because
No,
Yes,
say
you
Carol.
did. You
it
did.
sounded
Miss
like
Purple.
Miss Purple instead of Miss Carol.
And you know, Rory used to say "Ain't Shanny," and he
Ain't
thought, yeah, like ain't, and so he
Right.
would say "Ain't Shanny." And her favorite thing that he would say was paints. He would say paints. He's got to go
Paints.
get his paints on.
Aunt Shanny says she loves you.
Aw. She says, "Love you. Get over here. Get over here and look at
Love
the
you
camera.
too.
Look at the camera. Tell Aunt Shanny.
Love you too.
Say, come see us, fam."
Wait, is Aunt Cheney a camera?
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is a
she's
camera.
on live.
She is a
I
camera.
mean, we
She's
can't
one
see
with the
her.
camera.
She is one with a camera.
Yes, she's one with the
So you know that she has a kid the same age as Alex, right? Amelia?
Yeah, 17-year-old.
Okay, so
Mhm.
do you remember Amelia? Actually, I think Amelia's 18. But do you remember her?
I think, I don't know.
So that's,
We definitely need
yeah, to
Jamie
get
and
together.
Amelia to come visit, and Darren.
Yeah, and everybody.
Everybody, bring
Everybody needs to come visit because, we can just clear a space. I tell everybody that, and Carol's like, no, we can't. There's no space
We can
anywhere.
blow up mattresses and maybe
We have
in
10.
the living room.
We have 10 blow up mattresses.
Do we really?
We have Fred. Yes, we have 10
Of course
blow
we
up.
have 10
And
somewhere in the
probably
basement.
9 of them have holes, but one of them's
But
mine.
We could patch together.
Right, one of
a solid 3 of them for sure.
And I'm sure he has the same patches that came originally with the very first one that he ever got. He probably still has waterbed patches from our
Okay, we're going
waterbed.
down a
I want,
dangerous
I
path.
want a waterbed.
No,
Why?
because you live upstairs from me. I think I've
Bobby
seen you
Weymouth is
before.
on.
My name is Luca.
Shannon said that she'll get an Airbnb.
Oh, that's messed up. Oh, Bobby's
Yeah,
on.
Bobby Weymouth.
Going to Johnson's shut-ins with 14-year-old granddaughter this
That
week.
sounds
I don't know
horrible.
what that is, but it does sound horrible. With a
Sounds
14-year-old,
miserable.
you
Yeah.
might need some coaching before you go, Bobby. I'm just saying.
Can I go?
Yes, I love you. Get out of here. It's
Dismissed.
date night anyway. I don't even want to hang out with you.
What?
What, that last cookie? Do you cookie?
Oh,
Did the song get
wow.
started?
Did
you
you
hear
really?
the song?
Yeah, my name is Luca.
Did it play?
Well, no, in my head.
Yeah.
But only because of what he said.
Weird.
Wow, peer pressured into eating my last Lyle's cookie.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, Cookie Dude,
Okay,
Lyle
bye.
Schaefer, the Cookie Dude, is my BFF, and he makes the most amazing cookies. They're like stupid delicious, and it makes me mad after I eat them when they're gone. I get mad for a
First time I
second.
was looking at that, I was like, he took the last one.
I know. So, you know what we might
It's
have to...
better than giving him a soda. We've hopped up
Really,
on
is
caffeine.
it? Is
That's
it?
just sugar. Look, we don't need that. in
10,
our life
10
anymore.
pounds of
I swear
butter
I've
and
gained
sugar.
15 pounds. This
I know
last
I
week.
have. So how much do we care? We care a lot when our joints hurt and when we can't breathe, and we have Beth running circles around us when she needs back surgery. That makes me feel bad. When my 80-year-old dad is out there shoveling snow on his 80th birthday, and I'm like, I can't take the cold. I'm going to die. I'm like, wow.
You're fragile, honey. It's okay.
I need to get my shit together, y'all. Did you just call me
Just a
fragile?
little fragile. It's okay.
We call that queer.
That too.
Okay.
You're
Well-
a lot, you're a lot that.
I am, and earlier I said that I could be super butch sometimes, and it made me
I
laugh.
almost
Like,
died.
yeah, like I couldn't actually say it, and I was like, okay, so
Like,
not
I've never
super,
seen that, but
yeah,
okay.
not super butch, but
Maybe pre-transition.
yeah, as a woman, I was super butch once or twice, but now it's like I look fairly mannish and normal, and then you keep looking, and I'm wearing my fancy pants.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's just something about him that's not making the mark.
Rainbow cheetah shoes.
Yeah, it's a little more than him just being queer. See,
It's a lifestyle.
I've heard I've heard people whisper behind my back. I've heard him go, "Is he gay or is he that queer thing?" I've heard that twice. That queer thing.
You're that queer thing.
Yeah, I'm like,
What is
We're
that?
getting
I
you
I don't
patch.
know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if that queer
But
thing
in
is.
a t-shirt that says that queer thing.
That's what I'm saying. I need that. I need a shirt that says
Christmas
that.
presents filed away.
I do like. I have a little bit of an issue with T-shirts, and you know that because you have no place to put your clothes.
You do?
Well, you do now. I have a bigger dresser, and so I have
You have
a
quite
thing
a
with
few.
T-shirts.
And that's okay.
Mandy feeds my addiction.
That's good.
She's my BFF, my
Yeah.
girl BFF, and then I have Joe, my boy BFF.
Joe is on, your boyfriend. Just come
Oh,
and say
he
what's up.
did. Oh, Joe, I hope you feel better. I miss you. What's up is my britches. That's what we're
Thank
talking
God.
about.
You
It's
don't
my
want them to be
britches.
what's down.
It's Fancy Pants Friday.
It's not
Wow.
that fancy pants Friday. It's not that
I
time
don't
yet.
even like you right now. I don't even like you right
I'm
now.
not doing that kind of fancy
Bobby
pants.
says we have to Google Johnson shut-ins.
Yeah,
Google
maybe
that.
I'll do- okay.
Google
Why don't
it.
you Google it.
You're the hand job. That's
Yeah,
what
I
you're
can't
supposed to be
do it. I
doing.
can't monitor the comments and Google stuff. at the
Sexy
same
ass. You better be talking to
time.
me, Joe, and not Beth.
Yeah.
I know you're talking to Beth, but I am pretty sexy. Nope, they both make 6 now. You're exactly who you're meant to be. Beth and Brando. I love you
Aw.
too, Michelle. She said she loves us both. Did you think that you would be this amazing woman? What did you have in your mind? What was constructed? Because you were conflicted over transitioning.
Yeah. Um, I just thought I would just be, you know, an anonymous shut-in.
You said you'd be an ugly woman. You repeated that over and over. You're like, I can't transition because I'll be
I
an
did
ugly
say that.
woman.
You know, it's
Like it was your big.
like already I had just really bad self-image issues.
Yeah, and you were like, my hair sucks, it's short, it's never gonna grow. And for a while, I would style it. I colored it for you and curled it and sprayed it and poofed it and did it Texas style for you so you weren't so insecure. And it worked. You know, it worked to get you over the hump until it grew out a little bit and you're like, screw this ponytail. It's like, that's what a real girl does right there. They do get their hair did though. But you ain't in Texas no more, so you don't gotta have that whole thing. That whole librarian looks. No, no. So now that you're comfortable in your own skin, you're just like, I'll do whatever I want to do. It doesn't matter if other girls do it or not. It's uniquely
Yeah,
me.
I'm not much of a trend follower.
Right. And but now you're not as much of a stereotype follower or creator either.
Yeah.
You know, for a while you were really trying to do that, making sure that you did what other women did so you could pass, and you don't do that as much now. Now you're like me. People are like, there's something there. Not sure what's going on. Looks like a woman, walks like a woman, sounds
I depends.
sometimes, right?
It
Beth
depends.
and Brandon.
Yeah.
That's all.
But here, but the reality isn't yours. Like, not, you know, for most people. And so we get the questions and we get the looks. And I like that when they ask. It feels empowering when they ask. Because then I don't feel like I'm a dirty secret.
That
You know?
the first year is pretty tough, I think, and after that you kind of start kind of settling into who you are.
I think you like being people's dirty secret, though.
People's
I know Beth. You know, she's trans. People had a bigger issue.
Exotic.
Right, but people had a bigger issue with you transitioning than knowing that I did.
yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Do y'all know why? Do you know what the common theme in that is?
Well, they saw me transition. They didn't see you transition.
Well, not just that, but typically people's mindset around trans women, especially in the South or in the patriarch society, is why are you choosing to transition to a lesser sex?
Oh,
You
right.
have white male privilege. What on earth are you doing? You know, and that really is one of those social things. You know, even people asked me that in Texas. You know, oh, well, now that you're transitioning, oh, I can understand why you are transitioning because, you know, you want that white male privilege. You know, you want to be able to, you know, not be called a lesbian and not be pushed aside. You want to just, in other words, I was a defector, basically.
Yeah.
And that's just not how it was. And it doesn't affect me anymore when people say stuff or ask questions. Like, I'm not jaded at all. I'll advocate, you know, and knowledge is that advocating. As long as you can answer questions, you know, people get informed. I don't have a problem admitting that I gave birth to the kids unless somebody blames me, a mother, for their behavior. Then I'm like, no, Beth's their mom. No, that's they're totally Beth. But you know, I have no trouble admitting it. Is it hard for you to say that you didn't give birth to the kids?
I've only had to really talk about it in a clinical sense,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty disconnected. You know, I know that I have to sometimes acknowledge, you know, my own life.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just a fact of being trans.
Does it bother you to acknowledge it now, though?
I guess only if somebody calls me the wrong name, which once again only happens in a clinical setting.
Oh, yeah. Your dead name, so to speak. That's what people call it. I don't care. My name was Brandy. Brandy with 2 E's.
Yeah.
And
My
I
name
was
James,
Dandy.
but today it's not James anymore.
It's not, and it hasn't been though for a long time, you know. And I don't get too caught up in the labels, the titles, and all that stuff. The feelings, I deal with just the facts. That makes it easier for me, right? So if you hear the questions that people ask as their reality, their facts, it's much easier to say, okay, the facts are you have no clue what you're talking about or any understanding of it, so you're asking questions. Gotcha. You know, I can cover down on that. And I don't know. It's I like that I'm different. I like that I'm different because I'm so different, I'm normal. Because we're all, you know, so incredibly unique that when there is that one cause that you can fight for, you're just like the other people in that cause. So I have a group, I have a community, and so I like being outside the norm but still part of the group. I like being freaky. Oh, speaking of the news article,
Speaking
did you
of
read it?
Pink Freaky?
Yeah.
No, I just saw the thing on it.
So I've been called a freak a lot, you know, or an abomination for being trans, which is interesting because today a news article I read about somebody in, I believe it was China, wasn't it? Who, a 33-year-old man who had blood in his urine only to discover that he had a uterus and ovaries and had been having a menstrual cycle, you know, for a long time and just didn't realize that's what it was.
So, like, did he pee blood all his life?
Well, yeah, like he always had like pain and stuff like each month, and you know he kind of battled exactly, you know, PMS and all the things that a woman would. However, I don't know if he peed a lot of blood. I'm sure he didn't, you know, but it was a noticeable amount. So he, of course, had it all removed and was very grateful that now he can live his life as a man. Yay! You know, which he was doing before, but yay, now he doesn't have to deal with that struggle.
Yeah.
But then there was another story right under it about a woman who was also born intersexed, because that's what it is. So with she had external, or no, she had internal, right? Internal testicles,
Yeah.
and then
undescended
right,
testicles
okay.
and everything. It's
and so she had no idea.
Yeah.
But each of them discovered that they were not going to be able to have children.
Yeah, it makes you sterile. If you're
Yeah.
intersex, you're automatically sterile.
So
Interesting.
right, and so that's a big thing. It's a big debate for people, you know, on what this other sex should entail. And one of these other sex labels should be, you know, intersexed people because they exist. So it's not like we are some made up group of people,
Yeah.
you know.
Michelle saw that story too, and Lyle was on along with
Who was?
Kristen and Ben
Oh,
and
Kristen.
Malia.
Oh, Lyle, I talked about you already. I talked about your cookies. Carol gave the very last cookie of yours to the kid.
Look, I've already gained 20 pounds.
I don't care about you gaining no weight. I care about eating them cookies when I have a hankering after I've smoked a few bowls. Now, let's see. Okay, what's going on with everybody? Oh, did Joe call me sexy?
Sexy ass.
Yes, Joe, that's right. Did you see he shaved his beard when he went on vacation?
No, I didn't.
He
I
looked
didn't
like
pay
a
attention.
little baby.
Aw.
He looked so naked. I did not like it. It was scary. And oh, you were supposed to be Roberta, Bobby? Oh, that's awesome. Roberta. Wow. We know her Roberta.
Uh-huh.
And Roberta, and you call Robert Roberto.
Yeah.
So, I know you gave us 30. I know. It was a lot. And there's a lot of people here. Stop judging. Really? Really?
Don't tell everybody, Lyle. God.
You ate like 25.
That's
You
what I feel.
didn't.
Yes, I did.
Those
Every
cookies are
meal.
so good, and we talked about him, and he makes them with love, like
We
genuine
mix
love.
them with love, and then it's a two-pronged effect because then we gain weight and
I
we get to go
know.
to Alpha's and lose weight.
I know. So we are contributing to the community.
Absolutely.
We're shopping local, so that's what we tell ourselves, right?
It's a huge
Local-
sacrifice to ourselves to support the local community.
I know, right? They're
But
so
we do what we
amazing.
can do.
And
do what you can.
and you know, I have another client that is starting a business, Justin, and he makes jams and jellies. And his jams and jellies are amazing. He also has ice cream syrup, which you've experienced, the strawberry and watermelon. And is it like a melted Jolly
It's
Rancher?
delicious,
It's
yes.
delicious. Okay, so
I need more vanilla ice cream.
yeah. Well, it's date night. We might have to go do that. We
Maybe.
load up on junk on date night. We get stupid about TV too. We were
Stupid
discussing what we're
TV,
gonna watch,
yeah.
but we don't even know. I hope that's one of my friends. No, it's not.
I don't have
I know.
I'm
I
watching.
know. Y'all are my friends.
and the,
Don't make me turn the camera on you and
I don't-
expose
all
you.
your friends are watching except for me.
All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Beth knows. If anybody else is singing that right now, y'all are my friend. Some man my mom fantasized about. My
What?
sister is Jerry. My mom expected boys. Oh. So, okay. So Bobby is somebody that your mom fantasized about, or Jerry? That's kind of awesome. I like the fact that y'all have that, like a boy named Sue. You know the song. Don't make me sing it because I will. You know I will.
Don't sing anymore ever. You're good.
All right. So I must confess, I was just talking about how Joe shaved his beard and
Yeah.
looked like a little baby. So I realized I have so much gray in my beard, which is why I trimmed it today. That's the real story. I didn't realize how much gray I had in it that was just sticking out all crazy until I stopped for 5 seconds and looked at myself in the mirror. It was frightening. So I'm not aging gracefully, and that makes me sad.
I don't do anything gracefully.
Oh, Michelle's
not.
tempting me.
Do
She
not.
says sing it. And Bobby said it was her name. Her name. How were you? You were named family name,
Yeah, James.
Okay.
After my dad.
and we named Rory after your family, after your grandpa and you, Quentin and James, and they are changing their name. And I was named Brandy Lynn. Brandy Lynn. And now it's Brandon, and not Brandon Lynn, so don't you dare. I took my maiden name as my middle name, because then it was like, you know, a hyphened name. But we're actually gonna switch the names. We're all gonna be McReynolds-Groves. Hopefully before my dad dies. Hopefully, because you know that's his name. So I will honor the man. And I'm still scared he's gonna die any second. Like, I'm reaching the point where I don't want to send the kids to get him for supper. I'm serious. If I don't hear something going on, I'm like, where's Grandpa? and then when I see the pickup gone, I like time. I'm like, okay, do I know where he was going? I constantly ask myself that. Do I know where he was going? Because I don't even know where I'm going part of the time. Y'all have to keep up with him too, so don't act like you don't know what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, he's usually going to his hysterical meeting, or hysterical society meeting.
Historical, yes. Oh, he is such a funny guy, right?
He has his phone on him more than Beth does, though. So I'm really trying to track somebody down. I can call his phone.
Yeah,
You are right.
Except, you know, like I'll message him and I think a week's gone by and he still hasn't looked at
Text
him.
message is not quite as effective. You
No.
have to call him.
And if you do send a text, he's likely to call you
yeah, and
instead of
respond
text
anyway.
you anyway. So just cut out the
Listen.
middleman. Just get to it and get it on, get it decided.
His text notification is
Judge
loud,
Mills
too.
Lane. That's who said that. Do you watch fights?
No, I don't. We've had this discussion.
Oh, that's right. You watch sports ball.
I do watch the sports ball.
Sports
I
At
ball.
don't
that
watch
time,
the
he wasn't
fighting.
Judge Mills Lane. He was referee Mills Lane.
Right, but then he became Judge Mills Lane, which is the only reason why I watched Judge Mills Lane, because I knew who he was.
He was
I thought it
funny.
was like Judge Judy.
So did you see
was.
what Bobby said? Bobby said they actually printed the article in the newspaper that she was a boy first, without checking. You know what, Bobby? Maybe you are, and you just don't know it. Maybe you just chose to be a girl, right? That's what people assume. When they talk to us, they'll ask me, I've been asked multiple times, when did you decide to be a boy? I didn't ever decide to be a boy. I just decided to
When
be
did
who
you
I
decide
am.
to be?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
When did you decide that you were a girl or that you wanted to be a girl? Well, I always was. Yep, that's kind of the same thing. We just didn't have as many options, right? So how cool am I? On a scale of 1 to 10,
On a scale of 1 to 10, like at least a solid 2.
am I as cool as Top Gun?
Number 1 or number 2.
Am I as cool as Maverick? See,
Never
Top Gun
seen
and
it.
Maverick are not the same. So here's what we know. These are just the facts, ma'am. We know the facts are in, and it's doing well at the box office. Maverick.
Yeah, everybody's raving about it. And I don't
Facts are
understand.
in, people are raving about it. But guess what? It's still opinion.
That's
Yeah.
right, still feelings.
But I think
And feelings
it's,
are not facts.
Facts are not feelings.
it's just a major opinion.
But money is fact, and if it's raking it in, it's raking it in based on people's opinions. It's subjective,
It's all
is what I'm
subjective.
saying.
Everything's subjective. You're super cool, babe. Super cool.
And you
That was
just
the original
checked your
question.
watch, and it's like, really, babe? You just checked your watch.
Facts aren't feelings.
Are you feeling something?
I'm feeling like she wants some vanilla ice cream to
You're the one
put
started
the
talking about
watermelon
Yes.
strawberry syrup on. And I did ask Joe if there was anything that he needed to have dropped off while they were infirmed. And he said no. But we'll see. Beth, you're not wearing matching socks.
You just noticed that?
I don't make a habit of looking at your feet. Oh my God, and there's a hole in it.
Oh, look, that's a fact. That has nothing to do with your feelings. Control your feelings, sir.
Oh, I'm feeling something strong. Oh, and it feels like the only cure is Chinese food.
Ooh, that's
Now she's
I'm
interested.
down with Chinese.
Oh, look. Now y'all are interested in what Guru Brando has to say. Now that Chinese food is on the table. Okay, so guys, I do want to update people on what's going on in the family, though, quickly. All right, so Rory is a knucklehead who can't seem to figure out his schedule. But otherwise, they're doing okay. We have no clue what's really happening with their transition. We're taking it one day at a time because it's their life, right? It's all we can do. But feelings aren't facts, and I have feelings. And feelings are like, really, let's make a decision so we can move on with our life. Sayward just sent me a thing. Yeah, Sayward says, never feel bad about eating unhealthy things like cheesecake. Use the science of relativity. Cheesecake is healthier than crystal meth.
Heck yeah.
Take another slice and be thankful.
That's
See?
right, say word.
Oh my God.
agree.
And this is why
That's
she's
marvelous.
our friend.
Yes.
Love you, Sayward. And, okay, so truthfully speaking, we can't control our adult children, can we? But they live at home. So are we supposed to control our
Mandy's
adult children?
watching. Sorry.
I wouldn't say
Oh, I
control,
love you, Mandy. I'm wearing your
Um,
shirt
but there should still be
and
an
my fancy
element,
pants.
an
What?
element of structure and expectation.
Okay, what is the structure and expectation for your adult children living at home?
Like you're either gonna have a job or you're gonna be at school.
Ship up or shape up or ship out.
Ship up or ship out.
I have
One or the other.
absolutely never said that to my children. You can tell, right? My thing is, if you're contributing to the household in effort, you don't have to contribute in money. If you're not contributing in effort, you're going to start paying us. So we're going to have that conversation. So maybe Alex or any of her friends are watching because she's about to turn 18. So adulthood, here we come. And Rory is paving the way. So let's hope they can figure it out. They can't even figure out how to work with one vehicle now that her vehicle's wrecked. Which, do we know about that? You know, Alex was in an accident. Excuse me, her first one.
Yeah, I think
She
we
was
talked about it.
rear-ended, huh?
I think we talked about it last time.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it was right
did.
after, but yeah,
Right,
we're in the
but
process
not-
of figuring out the insurance.
Not everybody watches this every
Oh
week.
yeah, they do. They
Yeah,
follow
I was just
us
trying to remember if
They
we
do
talked
love
about
us.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
talked about it.
they love you, Beth, and they love you, Carol, but
Everybody
me,
loves a hand job.
yes, everybody loves a hand job. And there's no such thing as pure anything. We live in a chili pot, whether people want to admit it or not. Oh, you are so true. Fluidity is key. So Alex in the car. I feel like they're gonna total it
I know.
because it was an Impala, an old police car. She paid $4,000 for it. So
She had it 1 month.
if 1 month, if it's totaled and she only gets $4,000 out of it, she's not probably going to be able to get another car for $4,000, and that's going to make her an angry Alex. Are we ready for that?
That's life.
She has her graduation party coming up, to which we're in charge of the taco bar.
Taco bar.
So we get to start planning a taco bar, and I have some
Yeah.
ideas.
So
You know I'm
cute.
gonna do it up right Texas style. I'll just order Taco Bell.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
I was totally thinking that. I was like, how many taco? No, I'm teasing. We have to make the taco meat and all that shit. So, it's gonna be good because I'm a decent cook, right? I don't cook as well as you do as far as healthy and fine dining, but I've got the Southern comfort food nailed. Right? If it's got grease or gravy, I got it, baby.
Yes,
Right?
you
Your
did.
nickname, Grease and Gravy.
I got it, baby. Yeah, I'm pretty gnarly sometimes with the cooking, but I am a vegetarian, so it's gonna be something for me to do that. But Alex said we have to have vegetarian options. I was like, I got that. That's gonna be some bean having people.
She had the idea of using jackfruit, which I
And then swim. But yeah. Nix on that first of all because
Speaking of, like you said, swim.
I
We'll have
haven't
to
been
revisit
swimming
that.
yet at ease.
We need to revisit that.
Look, we were just talking about Chinese food.
Like I
Can,
said, we
can
don't
we
talk
keep
about
it
now.
together?
We can
Carol's
revisit.
rushing us, and she says you have 2 minutes
I did
because
not in
it's
any way, shape, or
7:30 in
form.
2 minutes, and if you don't get
Wait,
off
look.
at 7:30, I'm
Scroll
gonna
back
yell
down.
at you. Okay, and
Chuck
Chuck Wagon, Collinsville, they cater best tacos ever. Okay, we're gonna have to. I'm writing it down. I don't trust that I'll remember that or scroll back. I don't have what you call good social media skills. And just so y'all know, Chuck Wagon is the brand of Allsup's burritos that we love so much.
Collinsville, put Collinsville on there. Just
Do I
in
need
case.
a bit? Do we know?
Chuck
Do we
Wagon,
need to know it's Collinsville?
Well, she said it specifically, so we're going
All
with
right.
it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Google would know it's Collinsville.
Not necessarily, but if there's one
Google
in a
knows
different
everything.
city, that's not as good.
So weird that we were talking about something and Google came on that day,
I
right?
know.
Like, and started giving us a big description of stuff
Right.
that I don't even know what it was about. So it's starting to freak me out, and I think the spirits are talking through me, through Google.
Through you.
Well, through me, through
Sometimes
Google.
I think you think that the spirits are talking.
Okay, so my friend Jeremy, who is from the man's group that I used to be in,
Oh, God.
or that I'm still in, he just sent me a voice message.
No.
I'm not going to listen to it on air. I've
No.
learned my lesson. So I'm gonna check that here in a little bit. I sent him pictures of my chinchillas.
Oh.
I hope he's watching us. I hope that all my friends are watching. I'm pretty sure they're not, but they will at some point. We need to do like a freeze frame, like just once, just so it weirds people out who are just joining us if we're just all sitting here still. You
Do we
know?
have to
And
strike
then
a
they'd be
pose?
like, yeah, just sit here like this. Okay, I'm done. I just had to do it, just to do it.
Resort to the quiet game.
Yes, that was Shut the Fuck
We
Up
down to
game.
3 people watching.
I
Yeah,
said the F word.
You did. It's time
I
for you
say
to
it
sign
all day
off.
long. I can do what I want, and I can say what I want, and you can't boss me.
Oh,
But yeah. So it's been fun.
Mandy, get your boy.
Janie, get your gun. We could play this all day long. That was a song.
Uh-huh.
Just saying. Stop looking at me. Both the boys, when we went to pick him up, said thank you. How? When we went to pick him up and they told their host, do you remember how they said thank you? I looked at him and I said, hey boys, did y'all say thank you? And they all go, thank you.